Hi everyone and welcome to $1 Million App Ideas. I'm Pietro Messineo, I'm an indie dev and I successfully exited some apps in the past. And that's why I feel comfortable today in giving you some suggestions or even some recommendations on how you can enlarge your app portfolio. And why not, maybe even make some millions out of it. In this new format, we are going to unveil free app ideas every week. And so for each app, we are going to see what is the app about, the revenues of the last 3 months, how many downloads the app it gets, and also how complicated it is to make such an app. And last but not least, what could be the selling price if the developer of this app wants to exit it. So the app of today is a Ringtone Maker app. So you may wonder why I picked a Ringtones Maker. Well, the answer is pretty straightforward. People loves to customize their phones, and so utility apps like widgets, wallpapers app, ringtone makers have a huge potential to make your app portfolio a $1 million company. So let's immediately start seeing the revenues of this app in the last 3 months. And it got $647,000. And how about downloads? Well, you would be surprised to know that people are actually very interested in this kind of app or in this kind of niche. And it got 1.74 million downloads. And so how complicated it is to make this ringtone app, which is having a big spark of download? Fairly easy. And we will see why and how to create it very soon. So, as always, how about the selling price? Well, you always need to consider several factors, including the revenue trends, the profit margin, the user growth rates, market potential, and also the app sustainability. So usually we use our revenue multipliers that range between 3 times and 10 times the yearly revenues, which means that if this app made $647,000 in the last 3 months, we multiply by 4, we will obtain the yearly revenues, which is roughly $2.5 million. And so if we apply the basic multiplier of 3 times the yearly revenues, we get an evaluation of 7.7 million. Well, I forgot to update the slide, but it's actually 7.7 million. So let's move and let's see how we can make such an app. Well, you can use everything native. So first of all, we use AV Foundation, or at least we will want to use AV Foundation. So this app is like composed in 2 parts. You already have a list of songs, or you can import, for example, a video. And from that video, you can extract the audio that you can then trim or use for a ringtone. So in case you want to import the audio, the video, you will have to use an AV URL asset in order to load the video. Then you can get the asset tracks, and then you can use the AV asset export session, which allows you to export the audio from the video itself. So instead, if you have already the audio and you want to simply trim a specific portion of the track, you can use a CM time range, which basically is a range between some certain CM times. And then you want to create, of course, the audio from it. And so you have to use an AV mutable composition to get the specific range, and then use again the AV asset export session to export the trimmed audio. So as you can see, you can use everything native, no complicated things, no third-party libraries, just a nice interface where you can allow the user to trim, import, download, and that's it. Of course, the export is tricky because you cannot, as a developer, export the audio directly to the ringtones in the settings. So you will have to share your audio to GarageBand, and then from GarageBand you can create the ringtone that will be used from the settings. So even this kind of app is having a video tutorial that shows the users how to export the ringtone into GarageBand and then from GarageBand directly into the settings. Yes, it's a bit tricky, and probably you will receive a lot of bad reviews because people are just dumb but they don't know how to, go through there. But if you show a video which is very easy to understand, then you are done. And how about the monetization? How this app made such a big amount of revenues? Well, they use, of course, subscriptions, but not one, not two, not even three, but 5, 6. They have a lot of offers. And let's see how does the onboarding looks like. This is the onboarding. Once you finish the onboarding, this is like the paywall that appears. But if you're not satisfied of 2 options, then you can go to the list of all the possible tiers. So they offer weekly, monthly, 3 months, 6 months, yearly, and even lifetime for who is more generous and wants to pay everything in advance. Honestly, I'm not really a fan of this second paywall, the extended paywall. It's fine. The compact paywall with 2 offers looks good, but still, I mean, the second one is a bit weird. So the usual questions: if I build this app, how can I get my first 1,000 of downloads? Well, you can, as always, cooperate with an Instagram influencer, TikToker, YouTuber, whatever. You can even cold mailing some blogs. You can improve your ASO keywords, and if you have some budget, why not to invest them in Apple search ads? The app that I was talking about today is called Garage Ringtones for iPhone, and is basically a ringtone maker and audio editor as it's written here. So just go and give it a shot. So that wraps up our app idea, and I hope that this concept sparked inspiration for your upcoming app portfolio. As usual, little disclaimer: all the data that you saw in this video related to downloads, revenue trends, and whatever should be considered as estimates because they are coming from public tools, and so they may not be 100% accurate. Even though in the past few years I found out that they are very accurate and they more or less reflect the values of the apps. So do not forget to subscribe to the community, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and maybe even follow me on Twitter. See you in the next video.